Okay, so after the configuration set, so now let's start with the practical. But before we do that, okay, I'll just mention the network addresses so that we remember while performing the practical. So the network address here was 172.22.31.0/26. Here it was 172.22.34.64/27, and the last one was 172.22.34.96/28. Okay, and when the networks have been configured, one more important thing we have to do, we have to set up the routing policy. So click on the router, go to config mode, click on RIP, and add all the three networks. Okay, so 22.34.0, click add, then 172.22.34.64, and the last one 172.22.34.96. Click on add, and then if you place the mouse, you will see, okay, all the connections are up. Now what we are supposed to do in this practical, we have to configure the ACL, extended ACL. Okay, so the scenario here, it is given there like 2 employees. Okay, we can consider 2 employees here. Okay, here we have got PC1 and here we have got PC2. Okay, on the left hand side we have got PC1 and PC2. So we have got 2 employees here. They need to access the services provided by the server, which you all can see here in the top, this one. PC1 needs only FTP access. So basically PC1 only needs FTP access, PC2 needs only web access, that is HTTP services. Both the computers are able to ping the server, but not each other. So employees, one employee sitting here on PC1, one employee sitting here on PC2, they should not able to reach out to each other, and they both should be able to reach out to the server for different services. Okay, this is what we have to achieve here. So this is the scenario here they have given. Now let's start configuring the router. So let's come to the router, R1, go to the config mode, go to CLI and go to config mode. So exit from configuration router mode. Okay, we are in config mode now. So I'll enter the command, okay, in this manner. So when we ask the question mark, so it gives suggestion. So access list, then question mark. So it gives us the suggestion like you want to go with the standard one or extended one. So of course we are going with the standard one here, I guess. Yeah, so we are going with the standard one. So I'll just write 100 and then I'll again extended one. We are going with the extended one, so that 100 to 199 lies there in that range. So we are going with the 100, then again question. So after that they're asking like what you want to do, like what you want to deny, permit or remark, like denying some packets or permitting some packets, or just a comment you want to mention. So we want to like permit, and then again question mark. Okay, so now it is giving me the list of protocols, like permit what, which protocol packets you want to permit, like AHP, AIGRP, ESP, GRE, ICMP, IP, OSPF, TCP, UDP, which. Okay, so we'll go with the TCP here. Of course you saw that basically we want to restrict and permit only the FTP and HTTP service, but of course all those protocol relies on TCP only, so we'll go with the TCP and then we'll filter it out. So TCP, okay, then again question mark. If I say question mark, so they are asking now tell me the source address. So now basically we have got 2 sources here, like 2 employees, PC1 and PC2. So source address, you all know, like on the left hand side we are talking about first, and taking this thing like 64, this network address. Okay, So PC1. So I'll just mention the source address, that is 172.22.34.64, and then again space and then question mark. What next? Okay, now they're asking for me like wildcard mask. Okay, if you remember the slide where we have presented, okay, in which particular network what was a wildcard and what was the subnet mask. Even like we have mentioned just subnet mask, you know how to calculate the wildcard mask. So the subnet mask for this network where the PC1 lies was 224 in the end. That means the wildcard mask will become 0.0.0.31. What's next? Again question mark. Okay, so now they are asking for the destination address. Of course the destination is server, the server address. Now you have to be very specific. Okay, you are not talking about specific like network only, we are talking about this server only. And we remember like the address given to the server was 0.62, which was last or second last address of this network. Okay, so I'll just mention the destination address now, that of the server 172.22.34.62. okay, then again question mark. What's next? Same, the wildcard mask. Okay, and the wildcard mask for that network was, the network mask was for that network was, you all can see here, that was 192. okay, that was a network mask. So simply we can calculate the wildcard mask from it if it is asking us. Yeah, so it is asking me the destination wildcard bits. So the wildcard mask is 0.0.0.63, and then again ask what's next, question mark. So now they're asking like DSCP means match the packets with the given DSCP value, EQ means match only the packets on the given port numbers. Okay, so in that case we want to go with port numbers. We can specify like which particular protocol we want to allow. So I'll just mention EQ here, EQ, and then question mark properly. Let me just do it here. And now it is asking me like whether you want to go with FTP or POP3, SMTP, Telnet, WW, which one. So we'll choose FTP. So you can write FTP, or simply you can also mention the 21 number, that will also do. Okay, so enter. So now the command got successfully fired on the router. We have just permitted the packets of FTP only through TCP protocol from this PC. Let me come back to the Cisco packet tracer. Yeah, from this PC1 to that server, only that packets. Okay, we have just allowed. Now next, and all the other traffic is denied by default because we just have allowed this traffic only. Now we have to implement this, the list, the access control list on the interface. Okay, so we'll do that on this incoming interface of gigabit 00, because packets are going from here. So let me implement this access group here on this interface. Okay, so I'm already in the router, same router, only one router is here. So I'll go ahead, I'll just make sure that host name is again like properly given, R1. Okay, coming back here, and now so I just have to mention, okay, IP access hyphen group which I have made, the number was 100 in. Okay, before you do that, you have to configure this thing, like you have to apply this thing on the interface. So you just have to mention the interface name also, like first. So you get yourself into configuration interface mode. So int g0/0, enter, and now fire the command like IP access hyphen group 100 incoming. Okay, I guess I missed the IPPP letter. So enter and done. Now we can simply verify. So we have got certain things to verify here. Let me see what are those things. Yeah. We'll try to ping from PC1 to server. If the pings are unsuccessful, verify the IP address before continuing. We'll see. So let me go back to router here. Okay, and let me close the router now. Let me go to PC1 and I'll try to ping the server. So go to command prompt, ping. The IP address was for server was 172.22.34.62, and you can see the destination host is unreachable. So ICMP traffic has been blocked, I guess. Okay, that's what we want to conclude here. And next thing, like FTP from PC1 to server. Let's try. Okay, let's try. So if I click on PC1 and go and type FTP and just mention the same IP address 172.22.34.62, enter, trying to connect, and it is asking me for the username. So basically FTP traffic has been allowed, right? Coming back here, so it is allowed. You can again exit yourself from the FTP service. We have not set the username and password here. Okay, we can enter Cisco and Cisco if you want to still see if you are able to log in. That's a by default username and password. We are in, and we can quit. So we are able to access the FTP service from PC1. Okay, let's quit. Now let's try it like last part, that is ping from PC1 to PC2. The destination host should be unreachable because all the traffic was not explicitly permitted. So let me go to PC1 once again. Okay, we are here, and let me try to ping PC2 here. Okay, so in that case the network address was 96. So 97 was taken by the router, so 98 will be the address of PC2. So let me ping 98, and you can see we are getting the reply that destination host is unreachable. So part 1 scenario is clear, that we just have allowed the FTP traffic from PC1 to server. Other things are blocked. But we also wanted to see that from PC2, that is the second employee, needs only web access. So now let's see how to configure that. Okay, so let's go to the router R1. Okay, exit from configure interface mode. So let's start once again. IP access hyphen list and then question mark. Okay, so it is asking me extended one or standard one. So we'll be like extended. And then again question mark. So now it is asking me that you can mention the word name, or you can just, if you know the code between 100 to 199, you can mention it that. But we know the code, we know the word, so we'll just mention http underscore only in caps. Okay, and then click enter. Okay, so we are here in configuration extended named ACL mode. We are here in configuration extended name ACL mode. Okay, so now we have to allow and permit the traffic, that is permit TCP traffic. From which device? We have to mention the source address. So, or you can mention the network address. So from this network on the right hand side now. So network address is 96. So we'll go ahead and type 172.22.34.96. and question mark. They're asking for wildcard bits. Okay, the subnet mask of this network was 240 in the end, so that will become 15 wildcard mask, so it will become 0.0.0.15, and then go ahead and again click, like press question mark. So next thing they are asking, like destination address if you have. Okay, of course we do have the destination address. Okay, and we want to specifically decide, like for destination is like host, so I'll just mention the host here, like specifically not the network address. We have the host. The host is like server where we want to access the web service, and the IP address was 172.22.34.62. okay, if I click question mark, now it is asking me if you want to match only packets on a given port number, of course. So we'll just say EQ and then question mark again, and now this time we want to block, not block, allow. You can see that in the last it is given www, that is World Wide Web HTTP services 80 port number, so you can just mention www here. Okay, allowing. Okay, enter. One more access list we want here to permit the ICMP traffic from PC2 to server, because all the other traffics were blocked. Only PC1 was able to access the server through FTP, like for the FTP services, but ICMP other things were blocked. So we just have to permit the ICMP also, like permit ICMP services, ICMP traffic also from the same machine, from the same network address, like this 172.22.34.96. Wildcard mask was 0.0.0.15, and for the host we have want to access is the server IP address, that is 172.22.34.62. enter. So all the other traffic will be denied, but still from here, now from PC2 you will be able to ping server and also able to access the HTTP services. So once the access lists are ready, the group we have to apply on the interface. So for that we have to go to that interface for like where we can apply. So of course we were talking about this network, so let's apply this group here on this network, like on this interface, that is gigabit 0/0. okay, so go to router, exit from here. We are back in configuration mode. Mention the interface, that is gig 0/1. We are in configuration interface mode. Apply the access group here, access group, HTTP _ only incoming traffic, okay, for that router. Okay, enter, and we are done. Okay, so we just have allowed HTTP traffic only incoming traffic for this router from this interface. Now let's see what things we have to verify here. So let's see if we can verify this, like ping from PC2 to server, and this ping should be successful. So let me close this window, go back to Cisco packet tracer. Yeah, we are here, and if I go to PC2 now, go to command prompt, let's try to ping the server, that is 172.22.34.62. enter, and we are getting the reply. Yeah, it is successful. What is the next thing we have to verify here? Like FTP from PC2 to server, the connection should fail. Okay, let's see. So if we say FTP and the same IP address 172.22.34.62, enter, trying to connect. it is failed. Yeah. And the last thing, open the web browser on PC2 and enter the IP address of the server as a URL and the connection should be successful. Great. So go back to Cisco Packet Tracer, go back to PC2, close this window, go to web browser here and enter the IP address of the server. We should be able to see the default page 172.22.34.62 and we are through. We have got all the output successfully here. That was all from scenario number 1 from practical number 3. Thank you.
That's all guys from this video. If you really like this video, press like button and do subscribe to our channel. If any queries or suggestions, do comment below. For more such updates, follow us on Instagram and Facebook.